everyone, welcome back to the podcast. We are back. I don't know what happened last week. I think we were going to record and then I got swamped with work as always. That's like why there hasn't been any other videos on this channel, but they will be coming back this week.
We're back, baby.
We're back, part 2.
A dinosaur sequel.
A dinosaur story.
They made like 4 of those, didn't they?
They did.
No, you're thinking of Land Before Time.
No, they
made a lot of
They made
those
more
too.
We're Backs?
No, I think there's only 2.
Welcome back to That One Video Galaxy Podcast.
Yeah, I'm Jirard.
I'm Bort.
I'm all.
I am All.
I am also Bort.
My son is also named All. Welcome back.
Welcome back, everyone. So we don't have a theme for today, so I thought, hey, Brett.
Yeah.
Brett's choice.
My choice.
Whatever Brett wants to talk about.
I don't know, man. I was kicking some ideas around my head, trying to think of some things for us to talk about. And something that kept popping in was like, oh, I want to talk about genres of video games, specifically. I want to talk about what is the, maybe what is some, the most disappointing game in each genre? Because we're doing Disappointing Games Month on the Completionist, right?
That's true, Disappointing Games Month. I feel like every game is disappointing with how we have to play it, so we just get into a really, really bad place. And we're like, I really wish I liked this game more, but now that I have to complete it, I hate it.
That's the biggest lesson of the Completionist is that
yes, don't do what we do.
When games become work, they stop being fun. A lot of the time.
Confirmed, video games are not fun.
Yeah, not when you have to do them.
No.
But I figured what's the most disappointing game in each genre? Period.
Let's do it.
And I mean disappointing. And what I don't mean is let me put it this way. Superman 64, right? Superman 64 is not disappointing.
Right.
Because no one expected anything of Superman 64.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
All right. So let's start with the simple shit, shall we?
Simple shit, go.
And you guys can play at home too.
Play it at home with your iPad minis.
Whip out your iPad minis.
Yep.
And when we name a genre, you tell us in the comments what you think the most disappointing game is. And think about it before we say it. You know what I mean?
Put it in your mind's eye.
Put some Visine in there too. But the first genre is platformer. What's the most disappointing platformer?
Oh man.
What were you guys which platformer were you guys most disappointed by back in the day? Or today? Oh, you know what it is probably? I never played it. I know a lot of people did, but I think a lot of people were really disappointed by Mighty Number 9.
You know what? That was the one that came to mind immediately when you said disappointing and platformer, Mighty Number 9. There's a reason why Mighty Number 9 is not on the list for the Completionist for this month, and I think it's because the achievements are too impossible.
That's one of those games that has just the worst of the worst achievements.
Beating the game without getting hit on the hardest setting seems illogical and not fun.
That's so rough.
For a game that is not well developed and has a lot of bugs and errors and issues, we looked at the achievements for a while and we were like,
yeah, no.
Should we get lube first or what should we do? I don't know.
Did you play the game?
I did.
You played Mighty Number 9?
I played half of it.
Whew. It's that bad? Okay, but Al, you never played it?
I never played it, no.
Have you ever heard of it?
Oh, yeah, I definitely heard of it.
Were you excited for it when it got announced at all, or were you like, oh, okay?
I was like, yeah, okay.
I see.
I mean, I was a Mega Man fan, but yeah.
I was a Mega Man fan too, but even when they announced Mighty Number 9, I wasn't like, yes, finally, but I know a lot of people were. Were you one of those people, Jirard?
I was at the launch party in which they announced Mighty Number 9. Wow. I was there when Keiji Inafune walked in the room wearing his Number 9 shirt, and everyone else around us was like, we're going to also be Mighty Number 9 boys, and everyone was like wearing their promotional shirts, and the vibe in the room was good. Everyone was happy. I think there's even a picture of me and Keiji Inafune at that event, and the vibe was good. I mean, I think I was a bit disappointed now that I think about it. I think my E3 games of 2015, I put Mighty Number 9 on there, but I kind of put it regrettingly because when it finally came out, thinking about what I played, I was super not impressed. The demo was The demo was not great, and then I got the game, and I was like, the demo may be better. I don't know.
So, what made you disappointed? What did you expect that you didn't get?
Well, for starters, I think knowing the legacy of the game and just what everything's attached to it, it seemed very cheap. It looked like this was a $3 to $4 million game, and it looked like the guys from Yacht Club had. I don't want to say that because Yacht Club has some great games. Shovel Knight was incredible. I mean, like a studio that's like less off than Yacht Club. It seemed like the game was made by a few people. I guess is what the point I'm making.
Okay.
But the production and the money and the advertising that went into it and the overall concept of the game just fell flat immensely.
Whoa. You just said a mouthful. So
I did.
The biggest thing I'm getting from you right now, it sounds like you're saying Mighty Number 9 had subpar production values.
That's point number one.
Okay. So what else you got? Once again, what did you expect that you didn't get?
I think high production value.
Okay. Anything else?
Because Mega Man's not really a high production value game, right? But every game feels very cohesive for what it is. It has the graphics and the music and everything blends together. This game doesn't have that. Nothing seems to blend together. It seems like it was worked on in bits and pieces and kind of forgotten about.
Poor thing.
The voice acting was okay, not the greatest, but I'm not playing games for voice acting half the time. Level designs were not impressive. A lot of bugs.
Like what?
Just like my character falling through the floor at random, charge shots not doing anything.
What?
The absorption maneuver when you go through enemies to like absorb their power and their things. Sometimes it would like, for me personally, now I played on the Wii U and the PC, and I had these issues pop in and out. When I would absorb through an enemy, it would. Oh, my mic is falling away from me.
Goodbye.
Great.
Falling away from me.
Sometimes when I would absorb an enemy, I would teleport as if I failed the absorption. So I would absorb through them and then like go back. So like,
So it sounds like Mighty Number 9 completely lacked polish.
yes, it is probably one of the most unpolished games of 2016.
Does it have good foundation though? It's like all it needs is a little bit of polish and this would be a good game. Or are you saying it lacks that too?
I think it lacks the foundation.
Damn, dude.
I think it just feels. It feel like. I don't know. I think Keiji Inafune was going for the nostalgia factor of Mega Man.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, I'm expecting a Mega Man platformer, but that doesn't mean that you can't update a Mega Man game.
Mm-hmm.
And the bosses were not very creative. The power-ups seemed superfluous. I had no need for them.
Oh my god.
It just overall it was a mess. It really was a mess. And I don't say that a lot about games because I'm very optimistic on the show. And that game, I can't believe how genuinely upset I was when I got to play it. The credits, I believe, I heard are like 20 hours long.
Jesus.
Because there's too many people who backed the credits and the Kickstarters.
Ah.
All of their names in the credits. I heard it was like 20 hours. Might be longer. I don't know.
Jesus. Well, I think that puts a nail in the coffin of the most disappointing platformer.
Yeah.
I think you got it, man. Good job.
Thank you.
Most disappointing first-person shooter. Al, you play first-person shooters, right?
I do. I mean, I haven't really like focused on them a lot lately, but I'd like to say
I feel so sorry. I feel very like flat in this shot.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Sorry.
You guys worry too much about how you look.
It's true.
I
It's
feel
true.
great. I look great.
You are great.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
All right. Al, do you have a most disappointing FPS?
Any Call of Duty.
Okay, but here's the thing. You say that as somebody who now expects Call of Duties to be not so great, right?
I do.
He play tested a Call of Duty.
But that's probably why I'm biased on first-person shooters. like, just no, I don't like them anymore.
Wait. You need to, man. Hold on. Before we turn on the mics and the cameras, you will shit on a game. And now when I'm inviting you to do so, you're like, I just don't like them. Next question. Yo, go ahead. So wait, slow down. So you don't like Call of Duties?
I don't. I just like. I know that in the past couple, which I haven't seen much about them, they've really tried to like. It's always about taking what is, in my opinion, a pile of crap, and like, what new something could we add to it? Mm-hmm. It's like all the games basically are the same, in my opinion. They add new little.
Well, I'm sure the Call of Duty fan base would disagree with you, but like I feel the exact same way. I feel that new features, graphics, and polish doesn't necessarily mean that the game is evolving forward as a genre. I think that games that have yearly iterations, even though they may have a 2-year production cycle, still are too rushed. I don't like the idea of doing a game a year.
Wow.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that Call of Duty has kind of shown us, well, Call of Duty does well, though. You know what I mean? It's not like the games have failed. They've always done very, very well.
I know they'd stop making them if they didn't do well. It's
right.
Just, I think like, I bought the first 2 Black Ops, the Modern Warfare. I played all of them and I thoroughly enjoyed all of them. But then by the 6th one, I'm like, I'm playing the same game with like a new color of paint.
So you're saying that the quality of the games hasn't really changed. It's just that you've been burnt out on them.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, I think the quality of a Call of Duty game, like no one's questioning like the graphics.
Yeah,
or the gameplay.
All of those are. I'm disappointed about that franchise in that they have an opportunity to really do something good with what they have to offer. Like the games do well, so it's not like they're held back by budget or anything. Like get creative, add a different mode than zombies.
But what's the last one you were actually disappointed by? Because obviously, if a new Call of Duty came out and it's like surprise, surprise, it's not great, you'd be like, of course.
Yeah.
So when was the last time you were like, fuck, I can't believe, like I'm disappointed?
Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
See, I never played that one. I think the only one I really played was Modern Warfare 2. I remember those days.
Yeah.
I think Black Ops 2 was the last one I officially played.
You guys played the multiplayer and all that?
Multiplayer.
I mostly just played those games for zombie mode. Because there's something about, I love Left 4 Dead. It's like one of my favorite PC games of all time.
Left 4 Dead 3. Where the hell are you?
Right behind Half-Life 3.
No. Half-Life 3 is never moving.
I know. I love Left 4 Dead. It like made me so excited to, and Left 4 Dead 2 for that matter. They both made me so excited to play like a horde type FPS. Bummed that we don't really have anything quite like that, and I know that Call of Duty, the zombie stuff is like what we get for that. Especially, I loved. Was it Call of Duty World at War that did the zombie mod for the zombie game for the first time?
I don't remember.
So World at War, it was World War I basically, and you got to do the zombie stuff, and it felt awesome because you had like, you had the one-shotter snipers and shotguns where you're like shooting, reload, and zombies are like kind of coming at you, and you're like, and you're hammering up the pegs against the wall to try and keep them out. And
I never played one of those modes, man.
That's like, to me, that's probably the most fun I get out of Call of Duty is playing the zombie modes.
Sure.
I played the futuristic one. Was it Advanced
Warfare?
Warfare? Was it the one last year? No, the one.
That's the most recent one.
I think the one before is the one I played. Was it Modern Warfare 3? I don't remember. I don't remember. That's the advertising plan. All seems the same. It's the one where you get the skating boots where you can like skid. There's one where you can like skid your way through.
That's
Black Ops 3.
That's Jet Set Radio.
Oh, Jet Set Radio is a great Call of Duty game.
Yeah, it is.
You definitely all should go check that out.
But you reminded me of Left 4 Dead, man. I'll never forget downloading that demo for the first time on my Xbox 360, back when my internet was horse shit. And so, like, downloading even that demo took probably a day.
Yeah.
And you come home and it's like, it's 3 a.m. It's finally finished. And I'll never forget, you start off on the rooftop of the No Mercy campaign. You go down the rooftop, you descend into that little stairwell, and you go into the kitchen. There's 1 or 2 zombies, and you're like, holy shit. And then you go into the living room, which is right next to the kitchen, and there's a bunch of zombies in there. And then the moment they catch, like, I'll never forget it. When they first see you, they all like whip their faces around and stare at you before they rush you. And it was so terrifying. And that's such a visceral moment when you're playing that game. What a first introduction to the enemy, right? It's like, nah, dude, they're fast and they're gonna get you.
I think what makes Left 4 Dead so exciting is you're not alone.
You saying you like that you play as like 4 people?
I like that you have friends to play with you. Yeah, if you get tripped by a big boy zombie and you're on the floor, you're like, what do you do? And your friends are like, no, man, I got you. And they run in there and they yank them off and they help you get back on your feet. I love that. Like that brotherhood, sisterhood situation where they go in there to help you when a fucking zombie grabs you by the throat with their tongue. It's like, what do you do?
Yeah, like it was a very much an arcadey experience, you know, and it's kind of cool, like how the levels are like very segmented, you know. And
there you go. Let's be a little positive. Disappointed Gabe beats a Gabe that makes us happy. That way, this is not all negative podcast.
All right, so then I guess the happy
Platformer
would be Shovel Knight, which I did play.
Yay!
And I beat that, so, and I paid you back, man.
You didn't have to pay me back for it. It was a gift.
Well, I appreciate that, but I figured I enjoyed the game so much. I was like, you know what, dude? Like, I got my like money's worth out of it, so here's your money back. You know what I mean? You got
Al,
that, right?
Al, you're next. You got to play that.
Motherfucking Al gets games for free, won't even play them, man.
You really should play it, Al. It's
Shovel Knight's
incredible.
tight.
It's so good. I will buy it for you.
And people are so bad at like explaining why things are good. Like I didn't get it. People were like, "Oh, Shovel Knight. You got that's them sucking off Shovel Knight. And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, why is it good? They're like, it just is, dude. And now I get it. And hopefully I can explain to you, Al, and anybody else out there who's like, I don't understand why. And it's simply that it's just good. No, I'm kidding. No, I think the reason I enjoyed it was that it is a pure platformer. A lot of these retro style platformers have some sort of gimmick, and that's fine. But this one really doesn't. It is a pure platformer in that it feels like something that could have existed back then. Mm-hmm. It really does.
It gives you a lot of tools, so you never feel like you're helpless.
And like the level design is excellent. It seems like one of the best platformers from yesteryear. The reason the quality is good isn't because of some novelty that it has. No. The reason that it's good is just that it's all around super solid as a platformer. You know? Nice. That's all. That's all I have to say.
The game also isn't like, hey, remember Mario? Remember Sonic? Remember Mega Man? The game is like, no. It is not completely original. It doesn't have like, while it has references, nothing ever is like stopping you from enjoying the game because you didn't play any other retro game.
Right.
And it doesn't.
It is not up its own ass.
Yeah. It definitely, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. The writing is brilliant. Whenever anyone talks, you just have these fun little moments.
It's very cute.
And it's the kind of game where it's easy to play, but it's fun to master. When you get good at the game, you feel incredible.
Like if you're ever thinking to yourself, Al, why are you still here? Get up, buy the game. Al's doing that nod thing like, I'll consider it. Please stop talking to me about the game. Well, I'm not just talking to you, Al. I'm talking to everybody else. If you're thinking to yourself like, oh, man, I would love to play a classic platformer, this is the one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, new genre. Most disappointing like stealth or survival game.
That's good.
I know. Do you guys play that kind of stuff a little bit?
Alone in the Dark.
Wait, the original?
The remake on PS3 360.
Whoa, I didn't even know they did that.
Oh my god.
They remade it?
Yeah, they did, and it was no bueno. It was very disappointing. Made by Atari, one of the last few games published by Atari before they were shut down.
Was it a full remake of the original Alone in the Dark? Or was it like just a new thing?
It was like a reboot. It felt like a reboot.
Okay, reboot. Gotcha.
Yeah.
What was wrong with it?
Didn't control very well. The graphics, while okay, did not look like they were next gen, if you will. gave the vibe that you could create anything you wanted. Like, okay, I have tape and I have a lighter and I've got a mop. Now I can make a Molotov cocktail. Like, that was like the idea behind the game, is that you can just hoard things in your jacket and like have a means of preparing for any enemy you want, and that just did not work well. Enemies are scary, but like also hard to fight, and not in a good way.
Oh, see, that's I was thinking to myself, like, that sounds pretty good for that type of game, right?
Right. The whole concept is like, I played it for about 20 minutes and I was like, this is going in the I'm never gonna play this game ever again pile.
Which one is Alone in the Dark?
Here, the box art alone will like tell you what's up.
Alone in the Dark is one of the franchises that inspired Resident Evil. In fact, it has a lot of things in common with early Resident Evils. Fixed camera angles, the original at least. Fixed camera angles and shit. Creepy old house. But it was like very political and cartoony.
Let me pull you the.
It's not the one that screws with you.
No.
You're thinking of Eternal Darkness.
Yeah.
That game is the tits.
Okay.
This is right here. This is the. Let's see here. That's the box art. Bradley, you can put this on screen.
Let me see it.
Box art for the game.
Okay.
Let's see.
It's just some dude.
I want to. This is actually. Let's do.
Weren't you and Alex just playing that game?
No, God, no. Let's look at the Metacritic score.
No,
I'm not one to do this,
Oh
but
Lord, here we go.
this will help us like give you an idea. 55% on Metacritic.
Okay.
3 out of 5 stars apparently. Oh wait, no. Oh no, the bottom one was the movie. The movie was a 9%.
Oh.
Taking inspiration from the presentation and style and structure of a number of acclaimed and globally popular TV action dramas, Alone in the Dark is split into a number of an ad that just popped up.
TV action dramas?
Alone in the Dark is split into a distinct number of episodes in a season-style format, with approximately 30 to 40 minutes of gameplay comprising of each episode. The structure of Alone in the Dark is adapted for an audience familiar with the hard-hitting, bite-sized delivery of contemporary TV dramas, whether offering easy accessibility to the player, whether they have hours to devote or only wants a quick TV fix style. This is a very...
Wait, is it a TV show or is it a game?
No, it's like episodes inside of itself. I didn't even get that far. I didn't even know that.
Sounds awful. Everything you just said sounds like the most awful.
I like that the review is just as confusing.
Yeah. I have a different answer, by the way.
Go for it.
Most disappointing survival game for me was Resident Evil 5. That was the one for me.
RE5 was your disappointing game?
Definitely.
Wow.
And I'll even go as far to say 4 for me. Now,
4?
Yeah. Here's the
You
thing.
did not like 4?
Here's the thing. I love 4. I think it's a wonderful game.
I saw you playing it a few weeks ago here at the office.
Yeah, I love Resident Evil 4. That a few weeks ago. That was months ago.
Yo, I work here 1 week at a time, 1 game at a time.
That was months ago. Oh,
Al, ask me how I'm feeling right now.
How you feeling, Jirard?
I'm feeling pretty good. I feel a little sawtooth right now. You know, last week though, I was feeling my mood was Secret Rings. It was really
gross.
Yeah, this week, like today, right now though, I'm really feeling BioShock 2 though. That's how I live my life. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what it's like around. Al, you may want to lift your mic, by the way.
Oh yeah, your mic is dipping.
It escapes me.
I know. Mine's been like running away from me.
I've tried to pick it up a couple of times.
But Resident Evil 4, I love Resident Evil 4, but I will admit that I was disappointed by the game when I first played it. Not fully disappointed.
Because you wanted the scare factor to it?
Yes, I wanted classic Resident Evil because I was such a huge fan. And what they delivered to me was a much less spooky game, you know?
What you're buying.
Yeah. The game I got was fine, but very different. And now I appreciate Resident Evil 4 for not for what it isn't, but for what it is. And what it is a very solid game. Mm-hmm. Resident Evil 5, however, oh boy.
I liked 5 a lot.
Oh.
Al and I played it together.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
I hated 5.
Oh, don't know.
I hated 5.
5 was fun.
I played through it once with a friend, co-op style.
Mm-hmm.
We had a good time because it was co-op, but we both agreed after we were done, like, never again. Because, like, it's so dumb. Like, Resident Evil, from between Resident Evil, like, let's say, Code Veronica and 4, it got rid of, there was a huge gulf. It got rid of a lot of the tone, it got rid of a lot of the mechanics, and it got rid of a lot of the smart, in my opinion. Resident Evil 4 to 5 got rid of even more smart. There are no puzzles in Resident Evil 5.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There are virtually no spooks in Resident Evil 5. There's like no spookies.
It's an action adventure game, I'd say. Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is an action adventure game.
I think for the genre of survival horror, it's not great, but as an action adventure game, it's pretty good.
You might be right, but at that point, man, like if both of those games can exist within the same mainline franchise, then what the fuck does Resident Evil mean? You know what I mean?
Well, let's talk about RE6. Did you play that one?
Hell no.
If you thought RE5 was bad, you need to get on that train.
What?
known as RE6.
No way. What do you want me to do? Have a stroke?
It is so much more disappointing.
I'll bet.
Than number 5.
You'll play 6 and 5 will look just absolutely amazing.
But hey, we got 7. 7's a great.
Which brings me back to my choice for like, yo, you're the savior.
Yeah.
And 7 was tight. Like that game, it wasn't perfect, but man, was it firing?
Al, you would really dig 7.
Was
You really would. It's been, I've been trying to complete it off camera. I might do it for the show, even just like a couple months from now. The reason why I'm not making it a priority is because they keep releasing DLC. Because once the game is done, it's going to be a great package of DLC. I will say the DLC that already came out is I'm very impressed with it in regards to how it's not regurgitation of the game.
Yeah, the 3 pieces of DLC are pretty. They're all very different from one another. So
to me speaks miles about what they're thinking of for the game. I'm really excited because as of recording this, which is the 13th, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Wait.
What day is it?
This is Monday the 13th is when this comes out.
Oh, when it comes out. Okay,
yeah, this podcast comes out the day before Valentine's Day.
Great.
The next set of DLC comes out on that day.
Okay, great.
And so, yeah, we're just getting a bunch of great DLC coming out for this game. I'm really happy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah.
Thank you for the reminder. Next genre. Guys, what's the most disappointing RPG? Most disappointing RPG.
That's a tough one.
That's a good question.
I hate to be the pessimistic one today.
Here we go.
Say it.
I'm going to say Final Fantasy 13.
Oh, so were you hyped for that?
I was so hype.
I
was so hype. I was the guy that completed the living shit out of that game. Got to the end, got my platinum trophy, and I sat there, and I turned to my brother and I said, "So is the game going to start now?"
So what did the game not have that you wanted it to have?
Well, let me be clear. I want to say what I liked about the game, and this is like why I completed it. The combat. The combat to me was great. It felt very automated, but very tactical. And the deeper and deeper you got into the game, the more complex it got. And you were rewarded for upgrading your characters and how they played. It was like active, quick chess, where you had to think quick on your feet and just kind of switch characters in and out and plan certain moves. It was incredible, the combat that is.
All right.
The graphics blew me away.
Yeah, I feel you. You like certain things. I want to know what it didn't have.
It had the most confusing story. I cared about no one.
Oh boy.
There was too many characters that either didn't know their dialect, didn't know what region they were from in regards to the world of the game, and or were just genuinely annoying because their motivation was not enough to make me care about them, or it was too much. For instance, there's a character named Hope. This is not really a spoiler because it happens at the beginning of the game. When the game starts, Hope is a random kid you don't know, a random stranger in the game, and one of the main characters, Snow, tries to save his mom from falling off a cliff, and Hope watches Snow do this in the first 10 minutes of the game, 20 minutes in the game, he sees this, and so Hope's arc for the rest of the game is to be mad at Snow for letting his mom die. And so this narrative lasts 30 hours. And I don't mean like the whole game. I mean this plot line of Hope being mad at Snow goes on the entire time. And you're just like, I get it. I know. Based on what we've been presented with, there's a lot more at stake here that's happening. I just don't care. The best character in the game is Zaz, which is the black man with the afro and the chocobo baby in his hair, because his want and his goal and his objective in the game is clear from the very beginning, and it doesn't change depending on the circumstances. His goal is to save his son. That's the entire game. Is I just want to save my boy. That's all I want. That I relate to and understand and love and appreciate.
Gotcha.
Everyone else's moody characters,
All
and
right.
I don't know if it's a matter of translation issues from Japanese to American, much like Final Fantasy VIII, because everyone hated 8 here in the States in terms of the narrative, but apparently in Japan, microphone included. Bradley, will you fucking come over here and help me with this? Just please.
Here comes Bradley.
No, you're not. Just make sure this arm is in tune with the leg.
There he is, guys. It's Bradley.
Now, can you move the mic closer to me?
That's probably as close as it's going to go.
Great. That's fine.
This is what we have to deal with on the show.
You can cut that out if you want. I don't care. Either way, I seem grouchy today, and I'm not.
I know. I don't know why I feel like I seem a little grouchy too.
It's because there's like gray sky like staring at us right now.
Blue skies.
But yeah, maybe it's a translation thing. Maybe there's something I missed. Because I remember I went to Al and I was like, Al, you should definitely play Final Fantasy 13. It's a lot of fun. He was like, what's the story? And I sat there for maybe 45 minutes struggling to tell Al what the game was about.
45 minutes?
Yeah, it was really hard.
I let him work it out.
Al,
I tried.
I would have punched him at a
I tried.
So you didn't like the narrative. It didn't deliver on that.
No.
Well, is there anything else that it didn't deliver on for you?
To me, no. That's why it was definitely disappointing.
So the story.
Yeah.
So you're disappointed by the story. Okay.
The story and character development. I know it's like the same thing, but
Okay. I guess my answer would be Pokemon. I'm a big
like all of Pokemon.
No. I'm a big Pokemon fan. As
Yeah.
You know? And the more recent games like X and Y and Oras and Sun and Moon, I've been a little bit disappointed by them because they don't deliver on the stuff that I care about from the games most. So, number one, they've delivered like small numbers comparatively of new Pokemon based on like the past generations. So smaller numbers. And I love new Pokemon. I love collecting. That's one of my favorite parts of the game. Also, Mega Evolutions. Hate them. I don't like the idea. The lack of post-game content kills me.
Of every Pokemon game or just X and Y?
No, specifically these newer ones.
Yeah.
So like the specific stuff that I enjoy most about the games has been a little bit neglected. And I'm not saying therefore they're bad. No, not at all. It's just that I've been disappointed by them a little bit. I still have fun with them, but like I'm not as into them as I thought I would be because of that. And that's fine because I'm sure there are people out there that don't care about the stuff I care about. And what they do care about is stuff like, I don't know, Mega Evolutions and shit like that. So they're like having a ball, you know?
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm just hoping that one day they come with another generation where it's like, guess what? Like 198 new dudes. Also, this huge post-game, you know, just a lot of stuff. That'd be cool for me. But
So did you really like Gold and Silver then?
oh my God. The original Gold and Silver, dude?
Yeah.
It blew me away as a kid. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You get to go back to... That's what I'm talking about. You got 100 new dudes, which is the first time they added dudes, so we didn't have anything to compare it to. But 100 new dudes is solid. That's 2/3 of the previous cast. That's a great number. 100 new dudes, and you get to go back to the previous realm and like see everybody 3 years later. Not to mention the best moment in the entire series narratively for me, which is when you get to fight Red, the previous protagonist. That's badass. Never has a height been reached narratively in that game sense, in my opinion. But here I am waxing poetic about Pokemon. But yeah, I've been a little disappointed in those Pokemon games lately, and I love me some fucking Pokemon. Dude. Love it. What about exciting RPGs? I know what you're gonna say. You're all about Final Fantasy 15. You're all about it.
Oh, right now, yeah. I mean, I'd say newer things that are cool. I'd say Final Fantasy 15, but like, it's definitely not perfect. There's a lot of issues with it. I definitely am happy that it's like gone back to basics in regards to making Final Fantasy great again. What?
It's just the reference is funny to me.
What reference?
Come on, Jirard.
What?
Making Final
Oh
Fantasy.
my God! I didn't even try and
Bullshit,
plan that.
bullshit.
I didn't. I wasn't even doing that.
You swear that you didn't try
I
to do that.
swear to God, I wasn't trying to make anything like that.
That red hat with a chocobo on it.
No. I think exciting RPGs are always exciting. I think the great thing about RPGs, in my opinion, is that they don't age. They always just they're timeless and they're reflective of the time they were released. So the games are always good. Very rarely do RPGs like not turn out well in terms of like as the years go on. They're reflective of the time they were created in, and it's evident of that, and you enjoy the experience for what it is. At least that's how I feel.
All right.
I'll just say Final Fantasy in general.
Mm-hmm. Al, what about you? Do you play RPGs?
He used to.
I used to play a good amount of them.
That's just Al. I used to play.
I used to be a gamer.
Al, you are a gamer. You know what it is? I think their parents lately are just like probably pretty hard on you play games.
Nobody likes when you play games.
Yo, this building's about playing games.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But I feel like, I mean, I'm not trying to call out your family by any means, and I'm sure they're not really watching this, but like I'm sure they probably. Oh God.
No, actually,
I'm so sorry.
I think it's very possible.
What, did they watch this?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't mean any. I love you all. I just mean more or less that maybe because you feel maybe at home you don't feel like you have your own space to enjoy your time as a gamer. Because to me, gaming isn't just like, oh, I'm gonna like casually play on my phone, right? Or I'm gonna play when I'm in the bathroom or at the movie theater. It's a way of where you're at home and you're trying to decompress and you play games, and that's your time to yourself to enjoy it. And when you're at home with family needs things from you. They want things from you. They want you to come in. Are you coming to dinner? Are you going to come to this? And not that it takes away time away from that because you're a family and you love and you want to be with them, but it definitely
A lot of interruptions.
yeah, it and that's not bad. It's just it makes it hard to sit down and say I'm going to play this game without interruptions. And I think that was a big thing for me when I moved into the office. That was like the biggest thing was, oh, now I don't have to worry about coming downstairs and helping my dad tech support on an iMac for 6 hours because that was my role at the house. I'm the general tech support guy, and if I'm not there, then like those tech issues aren't my problem anymore, and I can actually play games.
Your dad is still working on that Mac, by the way.
Yeah, he is. He always is.
Poor guy.
He's still there.
He came through the other day through the office just holding it tucked under his arm,
Oh yeah.
asking, "Where's Jirard?"
Oh
I'm
no.
like, I don't know, man. He's not here.
Oh no.
He's like, "Can you help me?" And I'm like, "Hell no, you can't help me." Most disappointing fighting game.
Disappointing fighting game?
Fighting game.
I don't know.
That's a question for you.
I had a game ages ago that I was very intrigued by. Let me paint a picture for you. Okay, I want to say the year was 2004. It had been 4 years since Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Mm-hmm.
We are currently in the dark ages of fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Not many good ones are coming out, and if they are, they aren't that popular.
Mm-hmm.
So then we hear about this new Marvel fighting game. It's not made by Capcom because Capcom lost the license. But we're like, okay, but it's a Marvel fighting game. Confirmed. It's by EA, and it's called Marvel Rise of the Imperfects. Oh, you don't remember? You don't remember Marvel Rise of the Imperfects?
I remember the name. I don't remember
Marvel
the game.
Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects? Okay. So you got a fighting game with Marvel Comics superheroes and characters. Tight idea, right?
Yeah.
What if I said half the roster was going to be brand new characters that EA made up? Yeah. Yeah. It's... Whew. Imagine. Every one of those spots could have been, I don't know, a Marvel Comics character that people actually care about.
Why call it Marvel then?
Because half the roster is Marvel characters. Half the roster, the story of the game, I think, was like, the Marvel Universe is crossing over with, I don't know, I barely played it, like, the whatever universe with all these other characters. And all the other characters were like, it wasn't like Marvel versus EA. It was like, it wasn't. It's like Marvel.
Marvel versus EA.
Spider-Man.
Marvel versus Madden.
Yeah. It wasn't
Oh,
like that.
Spider-Man, you're going to have to go ahead and run that back about 10 yards.
Spider-Man would dominate the NFL by himself. You kidding me, dude? Imagine jumping like 30 yards in a single bound. He'd be so broken.
That's pretty great, though.
Who would be the best football player in the Marvel Universe?
I'd like to play
Colossus.
that game.
Colossus would be pretty good.
Marvel football?
Marvel football.
Yeah, but then like...
You can make some cool team comps.
Yeah, you could.
But then like Xavier comes out and goes, I won. And everyone's like, you did win. That was incredible.
No, that's why
Xavier
he's the
just
ref.
Xavier basically is screen cheat. He just knows what play you're gonna play.
Yeah, that's fucking cheating, dude.
It would be like Blitz. You get like 2 people, and so there's not a bunch of people on the field. And then like you want to run the ball, you just like do something. It's good.
But yeah, Marvel Nemesis, it was like the Marvel Universe is crossing over with this other universe where there are superheroes and villains as well. But no one's ever heard of them, and no one fucking cares, and they were all generic and terrible. Add on top of that we were like knee deep in the like the nascency of Marvel Comics movies. Not saying that the movies were worse back then. In fact, they may have been better. I don't know. The point is that this was the point where the movies weren't popular enough to give enough confidence to the movie makers and the studios to let the characters appear close like they do in the comics. So this was back during the days of like every X-Men character wears black leather. Remember those days?
Yeah.
So like Wolverine was just like, I got a leather jacket on. That's his costume. So it's that era of Marvel Comics, and it's them versus like dude without a shirt and bug lady. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then on top of that, the gameplay was just the worst.
Oh man, was it a GameCube game?
I think it was one of those that came out for a bunch of systems.
Multi-platform?
Like original Xbox and, maybe even Xbox 360, but it was the worst, dude. Don't play Marvel Nemesis, you guys.
It didn't even have Nemesis.
Yeah. Nah.
Although Ultimate Marvel did.
In a very fun move.
Exciting fighter game that I really love. Ready for this?
Yeah.
PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
Battle Royale! That fucking game.
I fucking love that game. It is so hype and fun to play.
I agree.
And I know that everyone out there is all hoity-toity about it. It's a smash clone. It's whatever. It's a great fucking game. I love it.
I remember when I was working over there on that game, and like I would go online and read.
Brett wrote the dialogue for these characters.
Some of them.
Did you?
Who'd you write it for? Kratos?
It was the later characters. So
so for Zeus and
yeah, like the DLC characters and some of like the. But I wrote copy for everybody. Like I worked on that game a little bit, and it was a lot of fun. But I remember being over there and at work, and you would go online and see the threads about it and like read people's comments before it came out. People were like, "This is gonna be terrible Smash." I'm like, "You guys haven't even tried it, Jesus!"
it got great scores.
I did try it.
It got
That
great
game was
scores.
tight.
Yeah, it was a great game.
The biggest one is like, I don't like killing people with just a super, and I'm like, y'all realize that like when Smash first came out, everybody was like, I don't like killing people by hitting them off a stage. Like, it's different, sure, but like, there's nothing wrong with it.
The only issue I had with the game is level 3 supers. I thought that every level 3 super from a competitive standpoint should be dodgeable.
I can understand that.
And all of the some of them are.
Yeah,
some of them are
just
like,
like, yo, insta kill.
Let's stop the screen, rejoice for 10 seconds, and murder the whole screen.
I understand that.
And that to me, the reason why I don't like that is because in competitive play, to me, like I mained Kratos, and I was great as Kratos. I play online ladders for months with Davis, and then people stopped playing it. But the aspect of pulling off your special, whether it's number 1, number 2, or 3, felt incredible. There's this moment of like, you do it, and you're like level 1, and you pull it off, and you nail someone. And you feel their salt. You feel that moment of like, I fucking got you.
Level 3s though, like the reason a lot of them were just like insta kills on the whole screen was that it should be very hard to get that much energy.
Yeah.
And you can remove energy from people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Al, did you ever play All Stars?
I think I saw you play it once.
So All Stars basically is essentially Smash Brothers, but with PlayStation characters.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of being killed by percentages or being knocked off of cliffs, you can only kill them if you pull off a special.
Like if you do a super move, if you hit somebody, the only way to kill somebody is by hitting them with a super move.
Yeah.
There's level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 1s were usually like, yo, I'll kill this one person. Level 2s are like, if I line enough people, I can get multiples. Level 3 was like, all right, you get a bunch of kills.
Yeah.
Special's my jam.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, there's just that moment of like you do it, and there was nothing greater than like you'd be right next to me and you do your special, and I just dodge it and I follow up with a mine immediately, and it would kill you. Like
that game was very setup heavy.
It felt
we made
so
it very
good.
hard to combo into super. It was possible, but very difficult because we didn't want it to be like, oh, I locked you in, get ready to die.
Yeah.
So it was very setup heavy where you'd throw out a move and you'd like expect them to dodge, and you'd have your super waiting for them where they're going to end up after the dodge. That was the game.
That was tight. I love that.
Yeah, that was tight. It was very cool. It was mind game heavy.
Yeah,
but
that's why
once
I
again,
liked it.
people didn't give it a shot. And I'm not saying like anybody who doesn't like it is stupid. Not at all.
Right.
But like anybody who's like, I don't like you have to kill people with super. I'm like, that's fair, but like, did you try it? Because like I said, a lot of people didn't like Smash Brothers at first because you have to kill people by knocking them off.
I think
stage.
people, to me too, a lot of the comments I read were, I don't know how to kill them with super. I watched, I love the Game Grumps, but I watched them play All Stars for like 10 minutes before they figured out how to super each other, and when they did, they were both pissed. And I was like, it's L2R2.
Yeah.
You do it. It's so simple.
Get good,
Boom.
dude. Get good.
Yeah,
Shout outs to that game.
I
I
love
can't wait
that
to
game.
play that game sometime on Run It Back.
Dude, I can't wait. I know it's never going to happen, but I'd love to see that game come back in some capacity.
That's gonna be difficult.
I know. We're not gonna get a PS4 port. I wish we did.
Oh, that'd be fun.
It'd be great. It'd be really great. I really loved that. Did it ever go to Evo? No, it didn't.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think
It was definitely a fan. I think it got nominated to go, but never made it out of the
There was
donation
nothing
pool.
but like fighting game players who made that game.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the thing. Seth Killian worked on that thing.
Yeah. Lots of people were over there.
Yeah.
All of us were over there together. Me and Clockwork used to like have fun every day at work.
That's why I'm like, why didn't it do well?
Good time. Shout outs to those guys.
Why do you think it didn't do well, Brett?
Because most people dismissed it due to prejudice.
Well, even let's forget about that. Let's forget like people's missing because it's not Smash Bros. What if you could do anything differently? What would you do? Because that game is very disappointing for many people.
I would include more modes to give people the option of killing people differently.
Okay.
So I would include like there's just standard mode, and then there's stamina mode, which is like a traditional fighter where everybody has a health bar they have to knock away. Then I would include like boundary mode where you have to knock them off a platform. Just give people the option, and at the very least, so they would shut up about it. You know what I mean? So shut up, try what you like.
Yeah.
That's probably what I would do.
How's our time, Bradley?
48:54.
Let's get into some Kermits.
It's time for the Kermits.
Let's get into the Kermits. All right.
The puppeteers get into a Kermit every time they have to do their job.
It's true. They certainly do. We still haven't gotten too many, but that's okay. We're gonna just enjoy it.
It makes sense. We haven't been around.
Let me see here. The comments are still loading. I forgot we have no reception up here, so
Whoops.
my phone is trying to refresh, and it's...
While that refreshes, remember for you guys to put your most disappointing games in those genres we mentioned. Please put them in the comments.
Yeah.
But we need a description why, dog. Don't just be like, fucking Mario Brothers. I don't think anybody would say that, but remember, they're not bad games. They're ones you're disappointed in.
Yeah. All right, let's get to it. Let's see here.
Who we got?
Oh, man.
This
This is funny.
I can't read. Okay.
So this is from Ray.
Hi, Ray.
Ray says, so I finally got caught up on all the episodes of the TOVG podcast.
Oh.
Everyone on the podcast brings something different to the table, and I love that aspect of the show. Now, my question is, what was the most awkward movie bracket scene, if you narrow it down, that you watched with your parents and or family?
Yeah.
Definitely the weirdest scene that I can remember is watching Requiem for a Dream with my family.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Now, if any one of you have seen this film, you know there's an infamous scene involving the phrase "ass to ass," and I'll just leave it at that. Understandably, things got a little awkward in the room. Definitely looking forward to your guys' answers on the phone on this one, especially Al. Sincerely, yours, Ray K.
Thank you, Ray.
P.S. This question was inspired from an episode of Continue. Can they get a shout out? We love Continue. I love those guys. My good friends. Like you, they deserve more people enjoying their content. Thank you. That's very true. Then they said, PPS, don't look at the first letter in each sentence. Well, you guys can't tell, but they wrote send nudes at the beginning of every sentence using capital letters.
Ray did?
Yeah. So
fuck you.
See? SENDNUDES.
Oh my god.
He got us. It was a good one. Thank you, Ray.
I wish he hadn't said anything. And somebody had just been like, wait a minute. Wow.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
I got stories, man. I got stories. My first story is about a little film called Leprechaun 4.
Wait, is that the one with Snoop Dogg?
In space.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I remember that.
Snoop Dogg was in the third one?
Nah, man.
He
You're
was
probably
in
thinking
one
of
of them.
Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah.
Or
Leprechaun
it could be
in the Hood.
Leprechaun in the Hood 2.
Yeah. Back to the Hood.
Back to the Hood, yeah.
Back to the Hood? He goes back to the Hood?
Well, you
Twice.
can't just go once.
Yeah.
Leprechaun goes back to the Hood?
Yeah. I never saw those, but Leprechaun 4 in space I saw. Don't remember the plot. Don't remember anything about it, but I do remember there was a scene where Leprechaun was trying to get married to a space princess.
Yeah.
For some... Al, you can...
How's that one guy who saw
I actually saw this maybe 4 months ago.
4 months ago? Al, what were you doing?
There's a Leprechaun marathon.
Oh, Al's like, well, I watched the first one. I'm locked in now.
I feel like over the years I've known Al has quietly, actively watched the Leprechaun movies.
Yeah.
Dude,
So
not
Leprechaun
bad.
4, he was in space trying to get married to some chick. And of course, she's like this gorgeous blonde lady from what I remember. But she was like evil too or something. I don't remember. But she was like a bad person. And all I remember, there was a room full of people like standing in, like they were in a spaceship, big spaceship. And they were in the cargo hold, I think. It was a big, big room, high ceilings.
Yeah.
And all I remember is that she was pacing back and forth in the room, holding her shirt open to expose her breasts, but doing so like menacingly as she like explained her plot to people. Al, can you confirm this?
I can confirm, and there was a lot of glitter.
Yeah, like glitter and like, but like she was doing it like, and I'm gonna take over this shit. I think her boobs, did they mesmerize people?
I don't think
You
that
saw the movie,
I
Al.
know. I saw the movie. They didn't mesmerize. They just.
Why were her boobs out?
It was a power play.
A power
Right.
play?
That's how nonsensical it was. And I
Yeah.
remember I was watching this in the living room. I like rented it, and I was watching in the living room of my house because that was the only place where the VCR was. And my mom walks in, and I so I have a choice here, right? I can like scramble to turn it off, or I could like say something. So I decided to play it cool. So I say nothing, and I try and ignore her. And then my mom is just standing there, and finally she goes, "Now why is she doing that?" And I really appreciate that because she wasn't like, "Oh my god," she was just like, "What?" And I was probably like 10, you know what I mean? And I think my mom was just more annoyed, like, "What is this shit?" Good God, which is the appropriate response.
It's very true.
Yeah, but that's
very,
my story.
very true. Oh man, I think for me, Kevin Bacon, movie where he plays an invisible man.
Oh my God, you saw Hollow Man?
Hollow Man.
You saw? Did somebody walk in on you watching the Hollow sexy scene?
I was in the room with my dad. My dad wasn't watching the movie. He was working or just cleaning up and stuff.
Working on his Mac.
I had never seen this movie before. Mind you, when did the movie come out?
I want to say that movie came out in 1999. Brad, can you check that?
I think I was, you have to use your phone because that computer's dead. I don't remember how old I was. I definitely
You
was
would have
like,
been 11.
I was like 13 or 14. The movie was like,
So it had been out for a little
it's
while.
on its like DirecTV Dish Network route where it's being played on like Showtime.
Show
and
me 1999, Brad. Show me.
something
Hollow
like
Man.
that. So I'd never seen the movie. All my friends were like, "It's great, you have to watch it."
What?
So I started watching
You got
it.
bad friends.
I got bad friends at the time. I started watching it.
You know who
and,
directed that?
Who?
I think it was Paul W.S. Anderson. Like Resident Evil guy. Yeah.
Man came out in 2000.
2000, not 99.
Off by a year.
You want the director?
Yeah.
Yes.
Paul
Oh, it was Verhoeven?
Verhoeven. Paul Verhoeven.
I got the wrong Paul. Paul
Yeah.
Verhoeven's actually a good guy.
Okay.
That's RoboCop guy.
Yeah.
Never mind. Paul Verhoeven's the man.
So we're watching. For those of you guys who don't know, this is a little spoilerish, but also I don't care. There's a moment where the Hollow Man, Kevin Bacon, is invisible.
Yeah.
And there is a woman who is passed out. I believe.
No.
Is that what it is? She's passed out.
I don't remember.
She's passed out, and she's you see her breasts, and you just see.
Oh, right.
You just see a squeeze.
Right, but an Invisisqueeze.
Invisisqueeze. So you just see like, it looks like someone's grabbing it. Obviously, there's no one there. It's probably a dude in a green screen suit just going like that. My dad walked in, looked at it, and was like, well, now I know you're not gay, and walked out. So. Which, let me be clear, I know that we have a lot of gay viewers and stuff. It's nothing like that. My dad, just for the longest time, thought I was gay, and he always would try and remind me that I'm not, even though I was never.
That's something we have in common. I think my dad thought I was gay for a while. I just let him think it. It was a great time.
What about you? Movie. This guy specifically wanted to hear your response.
All right. So this happened with my grandparents actually, and it was okay. So.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Tell me it was a porno. Tell me. Tell me.
It was. So let me.
Oh my God, this is gonna be good. Oh my God.
No. It's not that good. It's just. So I was maybe 6 or 7 years old.
Oh, never mind. I don't want to hear that.
So okay.
No, keep going.
And I was staying over at my my grandparents' house, and just like
Which we crashed a lot at Al's grandparents' house when we were kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
this is actually the other grandparents.
Oh, okay. So
the other family.
Sure. So never ever.
Yeah, so basically, what happened is I woke up as little kids do to, in the middle of the night, just walking around the house, and I walk in on my grandpa watching the movie Striptease.
Oh, what a terrible film.
Yeah, right? And
that movie is bunk.
It's bad.
I thought like I had just walked into something really bad. And he turns over to me and he goes, no, enter. And
He says enter?
Enter. Just come on in.
Come, view the train wreck.
So we're watching the movie Striptease.
No, you're not.
And
With his arm around you with cookies and milk and shit.
And my grandma walks in.
Oh, no!
And so ensues a 6-year-old taking the blame for striptease.
So wait, are you
Oh, so
wait,
you
wait,
got
wait.
in trouble?
So
Your grandpa threw you under a bus?
No, he was really good about it though. He was like, ma, he's got to learn this sometime. It's for him. It's good. It's
So your grandpa threw you under a bus and was like you're the one
he's
that's what we're watching it.
We're watching this for him. It's good.
He's the one. I wouldn't be watching if it weren't
wasn't for him. I wouldn't be watching this at so late in the evening.
And I was just like, I'm going to bed.
So what did you think of the movie when you saw that? That's pretty young to watch Striptease.
Yeah,
Oh! Demi Moore Striptease.
yeah.
Shit.
What are you thinking?
I was thinking of Showgirls.
Oh.
Sweet Jesus. There would be hell if I...
Yeah, Striptease is not nearly as bad as Showgirls.
Yeah, no.
Gotcha.
No.
My bad, dude. My bad.
I'm sorry. I feel like the story has just lost something.
No, you're fine.
For me, it lost a little bit, but it's still a good story.
it's still there. It's still there.
So that's basically, it was good, man.
Well, thank you, Al. And thank you, Ray, for that Kermit.
It was a great Kermit.
You got another one?
Yes, I sure do. This one's from Nathaniel.
Hi, Nathaniel.
Dear Jirard, Brett, and Al, I saw that some of you guys in the office have some background in theater. Having recently graduated from my own theater degree, I would like to know how you would make a staged show more interactive and immersive like a video game. I've seen some pretty cool shows where the audience is given iPods and headphones with an app that gives you commands to interact with the performers and light them through the space. I'd love to know what you guys would do. Lots of love. Fire_red_Franco.
Thank you.
Maybe he wanted me to say that, not his name Nathaniel, but either way.
Whoops.
Sorry.
That's so interesting because like he's already like, what would you do to make it more interactive? And I'm not sure I would. I think some theater is fine being non-interactive, and some theater is great when it is interactive. I do improv, which is the improv that I do is very interactive, which is fun because we just like, we get a bunch of suggestions from the audience, and that kicks us off when we start doing stuff for them, and then we go back for more suggestions. Sometimes we bring people up on the stage with us. We have a really good time. That's fun stuff.
Improv in general, I think, is like the most interactive means you're going to get in the theater space.
Maybe, yeah. Aside from like, let's all make a play together.
Yeah.
Which is basically what improv is, right? But like, yeah, that's a strange question because like, what would you do? I'm like, I don't know if I would, depending on what I was trying to do. Al, did you ever do drama?
No.
You never did any acting?
I did not. John Henry in the 5th grade.
You played John Henry?
I did.
Wait, like the steel driving man?
I did. I had a giant pink hammer.
Why was it pink?
Jirard,
You were Amy Rose?
Jirard was John Henry also, I think, right?
Yeah, it was one of the schools where like there was 3 classes per grade, so it was like there was 3 5th grade classes.
Yeah.
And so in one of the classes, Al was John Henry, and in the other class, I was John Henry.
You guys were linked.
We were the same role.
And do you remember the giant pink inflatable hammer?
Yeah, it was awful.
It was pretty awful.
It was awful. My acting skills quadrupled once I got to high school. I just really, really understood what the fuck I was doing.
That's
Much better.
Because I even when I was acting in high school and like shows, I never thought of myself as an actor. I never took it seriously.
Well, I took acting classes and stuff. I took it very seriously because I thought I was going to be an actor.
Okay.
Nowadays, I am not.
You're kind of an actor. You perform.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely look like an actor who hasn't worked in like 30 years.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but yeah.
No, yeah. Have you seen these grades? They're coming in.
Grades are good, man. So you're all worried about them, but I think they make you look distinguished.
I know, but you know what it is? It's that I'm not even 30 yet, and I'm getting them. Like, can I have my Ezio years when I'm like not gray, and then like when I'm like 60, I'll be a badass assassin?
You're lucky. There was a dude that I went to high school with when I was a senior. I think he was when I was a freshman. He was a senior. So I never really knew him, like his name, but I would see him walking around. That dude had like Uncle Phil hair in high school. That dude had it bad.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like imagine having a young face but that hair. The cul-de-sac? Oh man. You poor bastard. At that point, don't you just shave it?
Yeah, just shave it at that point.
As far as theater goes.
I don't know I would change anything. I think the stage is exactly where it needs to be. I get the idea of like using text to advance it, but it's just not for me.
Yeah, like anything I would think of would be like, get the audience involved. Like literally ask them questions about how they want the show to go. And then I go, wait a minute. That's just improv. So yeah, improv is tight. Look into that.
Yeah.
But thank you for the Kermit, Nathaniel.
Thank you for the Kermit. All right, let's get to it. All right. This one is from Jet.
What up, Jet the Hawk?
Dear Jirard, Brett, and Al, my name is Jet, and even though I have heard of you for about a year, I've become a big fan of yours for about 3 months. I think it's crazy what you do every week, and this is one of my favorite podcasts.
Slow down. What were you doing for 9 months? Were you like, fuck those guys?
Sometimes it's like, I don't know if I like this, and you come back to it, and later on you're like, I'll check it out. I get that.
Well, thank you, Jet.
My question is, if you were to make an hour-long TV show, what would your plot for the first season be, and who would you cast? Thanks for what you do every week, and keep it up, Jet.
Oh, this is a good
TV show.
If I had to make a TV show, I'd bring to life an idea that I've been kicking around my head for a long time. Even bringing this up is a little bit sensitive for me because, like I want to do this one day as an idea, and to put it out in the ether without anything, I just like somebody could just like,
Don't do it.
You know how the world works.
Don't do it.
You think I should bring it up?
Keep it safe.
Great, good Kermit. Moving on.
I'm the same way. I will tell mine's not more of a TV show, more so as a film. I wanted to. This was back. I felt dumb because I was like, when I was the film guy in college who was like, yo, compelling zombie movie, let's go. I wanted to make the first ever zombie movie where you were like with the protagonist from through like from the beginning to end, and you like emotionally grew with them.
Wait. Are you saying you don't think any zombie movie exists where you are compelled?
In a way where you care the whole time?
Yeah.
Probably not.
What? Have you never seen any of Romero's original shit?
I mean, yeah.
Like Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead? Love Day of the Dead.
The original stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I'm talking about today's standards of zombie film.
You want to make a good zombie film.
And not just like, heavy metal crowds chasing a person running away.
Yeah.
I think that, as you can tell from last week's podcast when I did Resident Evil, talking about the entire franchise of Resident Evil as a movie.
Right. So you had an idea for a good zombie film?
I had an idea for a zombie film about a world after the zombie apocalypse. Like, the zombies have been cured. Like, the outbreak's been cured. Society is going back to normal. And society is rebuilding itself. But the main character is like a man who loved killing and loved murdering, and like he thrived on it.
Oh, interesting.
And it was about like he was diagnosed. He was like kind of coming down with some kind of mental disorder, like PTSD, and it's kind of like his backstory.
So you're talking about a character struggling to reacclimate to a civilized world after living in an uncivilized world for a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got you. Cool.
Yeah, that was the idea. I wrote a film for it in college. It was my thesis film, and
cool.
I never shared it with anyone because the writing was awful.
Oh man, let me read it.
No,
let me read it.
I don't even know I could find it. Maybe I can find it.
Yeah, you can find it.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
I won't roast you.
I will roast myself.
Oh, okay, great. I'll roast you too.
It's real bad. It's real bad. It's real bad. It had for as compelling as it was. It had because my teacher said that if I am going to do a zombie films are very tropey, and I needed to have tropes added to it to like get it and engage with people. And I was like, I don't agree with that at all.
I don't agree with that either.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
And
the only thing you need to technically be a zombie film is zombies. Fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. And so, what was my final? Like, I chose like she gave us like 3 mandatory things we had to include in the movie to like in order for the movie to like fit the structure we were building out for the class. And so we had to. It was either a period piece, the main character had to have a physical disability, or then the one that most everyone went with was you had to have a reoccurring catchphrase. And so I started out with disability. So I thought it was really interesting to make the main character missing a leg.
Yeah.
And so I made it in the story that like when the outbreak happened and he happened to him, he got bit, and so he cut off he amputated his own leg, and then like the whole movie is him like one-legged man trying to live by himself in society, or live like through the zombie apocalypse. She didn't like that, so she pushed me to change the catchphrase, which felt very unnatural. So, but I did.
Here's your assignment. No, that's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your choice.
Well, we had to pitch it to the class, and I was super stoked with my idea, but eventually I created catchphrases. It just was like, I think something like the power is yours, some dumb shit like that.
Yeah, I think that one's taken.
Yeah, something like that. I know Captain Planet. Anyways, next
That's
Kermit.
the catchphrase.
Next Kermit.
Captain Planet. Hey, thank you for the question.
Good Kermit, Jet.
Thank you, Jetto.
Let's see here. Let's do our last one.
Final Kermit, y'all.
Yeah. Hold on, it's not loading. Let's go to another one. This one's not loading
When
either.
the cameras are off, I'll tell you guys my idea for a TV show.
Sure. Here we go. Oh, this one you guys may not know the answer to, but we'll see.
Oh shit.
Hey Jirard, bracket, and Brett and now. I'm a big fan of you and JonTron, and I remember in a bunch of your early work, both of you used to collaborate a lot with a guy named Alan Barstow. Whatever happened to that guy? Are you still in touch with him? And do you know what he's up to these days? He was really funny, and it seems like he's pretty much disappeared off the face of the internet. Much love, Justin. Jay Seener on Game Wisp.
I think Al can handle this one.
Do you know Barstow, Al?
Mr. Barstow.
Mr. Barstow.
I know Mr. Barstow very well.
Oh shit, you actually do know him.
Yeah.
I do. I just don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, no. Alan Barstow, for those of you guys who don't know, he was in all of John's Sonic Team sketches and some early JonTron stuff. Alan Barstow, so to give you an idea, in the high school post, I was in a weird time in my life where in college I had no friends. And so, like, no friends at college. And so what I would do is, even though I lived like 35 miles away from my college and I had an apartment on that side, I would drive back home because I just had no one to hang out with on the weekends. And so on the weekends, I hang out with Zan Man72, Zan Alda, JonTron, Michael Barrety of Bladed Media, and Alan Barstow. And so that was like, it was the five of us, and we would just hang out and play games and shoot the shit and come up with sketches and dumb ideas. And so Alan Barstow is like one of my real good friends. I haven't spoken to him in forever because we've been so busy. I hope he's doing well. Alan, if you're watching this, I love you. He's just doing his own thing, and he's doing a lot of theater work. He's working a lot. Just a busy guy. But nonetheless, he definitely is as funny as you see him in those videos. He's a really, really good dude.
Shout out to you, Barstow.
Yeah. Here's your homework, everyone. Go watch House Gods.
Mm.
You'll see the four of us, or at least me, Mikey, Zan, and Barstow in our young, weird days of YouTube making videos.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. Guys, this has been a great podcast. I've had a great time today.
Me too. I'm glad.
Al?
Yeah.
Words of wisdom.
Oh, yeah.
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 Words of wisdom.
One day I'm going to get you to talk for like 30 minutes and we're going to sit here
we're
and
gonna
look at
find
you.
the comment.
We're
It's
going to
gonna be
find the
something
comments.
dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, motherfucking sitcom laugh tracks. That's what it's gonna be.
Something now. We're going to get you to talk one day. But in the meantime, words of wisdom.
Don't disapprove until you approve your disapproval.
Yeah, I get it, man.
Guys, this has been the That One Video Galaxy podcast. I'm Jirard.
I'm Brett.
I'm Al.
And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
My hand wasn't off screen, so I had
It's
I had to
fine.
do a reach around.
You're
like-
fine. We're getting careful. This is gonna be scary, guys. Turn the camera off. We're good.